Hey there. So this is Foggy. Welcome to my Year of Solo Board Gaming. I'm actually going to do this one. I'm doing this one live on Twitch. This is actually going to be for day 113 of my Year of Solo Board Gaming, which will be April 23rd. Today is, however, April 14th when I'm actually doing this. So you'll see chat on here. That'll be anybody who actually joins in off Twitch. So hopefully I'll get a few people who will join in. This is very unannounced. I just got some kind of bad news, and I need to do something to not really focus on the bad news because I'm just not in a great situation right now. But that's neither here nor there. You're not here to hear about me. You're here to hear about board games. And more importantly, the board game that we have is what we're going to do for the week. We're going to do another week of the same board game. And that is going to be Elder Sign. Now, Elder Sign is an Arkham Asylum inspired game that involves heavily with, relies on dice rolls very heavily. Now, we also have some expansions for this. Good morning, Eddie Riofer. This is Elder Sign. This is, and over the course of the this next 7 days of the recordings, you'll get to see some other games. The expansions to this, we have the Unseen Forces, Gates of Arkham, and then more importantly, so these ones actually just make the gameplay a little bit more fun. They give you some different varieties, but you can do those with regular stuff. We actually have some story-driven ones, Omens of the Pharaoh, Omens of the Deep, and Omens of Ice. And we'll get to play each of those over the course of the week. Eddie Riofer, I'm doing this as sort of a live Twitch stream, but also this is going to go up on my channel, my Year of Solo Board Gaming channel. So this will be interesting to see how this works out. Originally, this was what I was planning on doing. I was planning on doing like Twitch streams on a pretty regular basis of board gaming, and then also like put them up as part of the days. But that hasn't really panned out. But this is Elder Sign. This is very heavily luck based, so there's no reason to really hope that I'm going to do well here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw one investigator at random, and then I'm going to draw another investigator that has the composite, sort of the opposite stats. So the way that each investigator is set up is that they have a sanity and a health. Most of them are 6-4, 7-3, 5-5, or the inverse. And so what I'm going to do is for example, if I were to draw Gloria, I would actually then go for a 4-6. So that way it's balanced, so to speak. Not that it really makes much difference because you're just going to get devoured anyway. And hopefully I will get the rules right. There's a lot of rules on this and a lot of little minutia that I will sometimes forget. So let's see. Our first investigator is going to be Amanda Sharp, Studious. She's a 5-5. So next 5-5 that I pull, that's the other investigator for this game. It's not going to be the salesman. It's not going to be Monterey Jack, Michael McGlenn, Sister Mary, Ashpan Pete, Joe Diamond, Mandy Thompson. All right, we got Mandy Thompson and Amanda Sharp. Mandy and Mandy. That'll be nice and easy to distinguish between the two. So let's get their little thingies here. Their little tokens that represent them, and they'll come down here. I'm going to try to figure out how much screen space I've got here. Looks like this is about it. So not quite as much space as I'd like. I'm going to actually pull the camera up a little bit. That should work a little bit better. All right. Get to see the microphone right there. All right. So let's go ahead and deal some adventures out. We'll do those first. With this, you always you start off by dealing out 6 adventures. And we immediately have 1 dice that is locked. That's awesome. Always good to start off in the hole. And also, this one has, when a player draws this card, place 1 monster in each monster task below. So let's go ahead and draw some monsters. This is my special monster cup. Let's see. We're going to have a cultist. Relatively easy task to get rid of. It's just a skull or a scroll. And then we're going to lock the red dice too. Yay. That's awesome. So really, really starting in the hole. We also need an elder to actually fight, so we're going to draw one at random instead of doing the sensible thing, which is to draw the easiest one to pull out. I think the easiest one to actually deal with in terms of gameplay, there's one that basically, if it awakens, you die. That's it. There's no dealing with the attacks. There's nothing. It's nasty. All right. Yog-Sothoth. Okay, so we need 12 Elder Signs, and we have a Doom track of 10. When an investigator suffers the penalty of an otherworld card, that card is returned to the box and not used for the rest of the game. If the otherworld deck becomes depleted, Yog-Sothoth awakens. So, can kind of avoid that by just simply never going to another world at all. The final thing, let's get these two set up. Amanda starts with 2 items drawn from the spell, common items, or unique item decks in any combination. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a spell. We've got Dread Curse of Azeroth, which I'm not sure you can see. There we go. Pull Mandy up a little bit too. We'll go ahead and pull our unique item. She's got the Necromonicon. And after using this card, you gain 1 clue token. Unfortunately, can't use it yet because the red thing has been taken. Mandy starts off with a common item. That's one of these yellow cards here. She starts off with the Old Journal, which is going to give her a yellow, and then a clue token. She has that to start off with. I'm going to give them each a little bit of space here. You're crowding me. And let's get them set up in terms of health and stamina. Health, stamina, and sanity. They're each going to start off with 5. Again, I chose these because I kind of wanted them to have roughly equal stats or complementary stats. Because if you play the game with like 2 people who are really good at sanity but horrible at health, you're going to run into situations that you can't do anything about. And you could play this with as many investigators as you want, but I find 2 is a pretty good amount. Finally, I think we're all set to draw the first card of the Mythos phase. Let's give this one more quick shuffle here. How you doing today, Eddie? If you're still there. All right, add 1. The stars align. Add 1 Doom token to the Doom track, and there's no lingering effect today. So we advance a little further on the Doom track, but fortunately, that's it. That's all we do. We need a total of 12 Elder Signs to complete this. Now, the easiest one to go for would actually be this Hidden Passage, which is going to give us 2 Elder Signs. The Public Laboratory also we could try to do, but we need 7 cards total, I think. If we had something that allowed us to defeat a monster without having to roll dice, that would probably be great for this Public Laboratory, because you could then just flip the monster, just do the other tasks as normal. I think we have to start here. I think we have to start with Did You Hear This, so that we can clear this token up. Hey, Jangler. Just doing a little Elder Sign. So she's going to go here, and we have nothing that we can do to help out with this. Now, she does have Amanda's unique ability, by the way, is that she can complete multiple tasks at once. The way this game works, for anybody who's never played this before, the way this game works is that you're going to have dice that you roll, and the green dice are the regular dice, and then there's an extra yellow and an extra red. You'll roll 6 dice, and you'll try to complete one of these tasks that are on here. So, for example, this one requires a terror, one of these spaghetti-looking things. This one requires that you do these in order. You need 3 investigations, which is basically this. You can add up lower numbers to make that, but you'll need more dice to do that. You also have a skull and a scroll. If you don't complete a task, you have to get rid of a dice and then roll again. So you're dealing with a diminished diminished returns, I think, diminished something, capacity to get these. If you see an arrow on it, like you have on this one and this one, you have to do them in order. So I have to get 3. I have to get these 3 first. Ideally, I'd do it like that, and then I'd have to get a skull and a skull and a 3 investigation. Then I'd have to get a scroll. Then I can complete the task. Monsters are a little bit different. They go over certain tasks, like anything that's got a white border, and you have different tasks to defeat those. Huh, that's kind of weird. Maybe one is hosting the other. I would assume that that is the case. Um, when you complete a card, you actually get the rewards from it, which might be, for example, 2 Elder Signs or 2 Clue Tokens and another world card. And if you don't, you have to suffer the penalty, which is, for example, in this case, 2 health, 1 stamina over here. You might end up adding some Doom tokens. It's all sorts of like messed up things. You have common items, unique items, and spells to help you. You might get an ally. We're all trying to do this before the Elder One awakens, in which case we're just going to lose. Like that's there's a mechanism for attacking the Elder One. I don't really know how that's going to work. Huh. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. Amanda Sharp is going to try this task. On her turn, she may complete any number of tasks per roll instead of one. Usually you can only complete one task at a time, but if she rolls 3 skulls, she's all set because she can just complete both of these tasks. So what we do roll is we roll 1 skull. So we will go ahead and do that. And then I've still got 4 dice because I completed 1 task. I still have all 4 to work with. If I did not complete the task, I'd have to set 1 dice aside and then re-roll what's remaining. Let's roll again. And this time I got nothing, so this time I will have to set that aside. Obviously, if I get down to 1 dice, I cannot complete the task. I would like to complete this so that Actually, I'm going to go ahead and use Mandy's ability. Mandy's the researcher. Once per day after any roll has rolled, Mandy may re-roll 2 dice before determining if the active player was able to complete the task. So I'll start off with 3. All right, so we're going to try to re-roll 2 dice as part of Mandy's ability. Wow, this is not going well. Okay, so that's going to get set aside, and this is our last-ditch effort. We need to get 2 skulls off this, otherwise we fail the task. Well, we failed the task. All right, so that sucks. There's not much else I can do. I can take this and put this on Dread Curse of Azeroth to secure the dice. That's going to secure it for the next turn. Now, she's going to suffer the consequences, which is 1 health, which is not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, that kind of blows. This goes away. This is no longer completed. And we advance the clock 3 hours. Mandy is going to help out. She's going to come here and provide assistance. If you complete a task, if you complete an adventure, you go back to your adventure card. Otherwise, you stay in the adventure card and continue to suffer. So Mandy's going to use her 4 cards, these 4 dice here. We are going to try to complete this again. All right, she gets 1, so she will use that for this. That completes the task. Now she will just simply try to roll again. And as long as she gets 1 skull, she can draw the one from Dread Curse of Azeroth. What did I get? Nope. Got nothing. I will go ahead and use my Clue Token. Clue Token allows you to re-roll all dice. And once again, no skull. So we're doing well here. We're doing great. We might actually not get that far. Yep, that's it's not looking good. Hey, we finally got it. Okay, so these 2 are going to get used to complete this task. This gets discarded. We're just simply going to move it to the bottom. We're probably not going to get through the entire thing, but I'll do it face up so that we know when we do. Then this is completed. This becomes unlocked. Mandy's going to get some rewards. She's going to get a spell. Oh, that's actually good. Bind monster after rolling discard to defeat 1 monster. That'll be really useful for the public laboratory. She's going to get 1 unique item. That's the Lamp of Al-Hazred, which is basically the red dice, but unfortunately we don't have it. And then finally we have to spawn a monster, which is a weird reward, I know. Now the monster appears, will appear first in any open space if it's out there. So if any of these were blank with a white border, that's where it would appear. If none of those are available, it will appear over another one of these spots with a white border that does have a task. So this will replace this. Both of us come back home. This card goes into Mandy's trophy. She now has 2 points worth of trophy. I think that's everything on that. That was spell, unique item, monster gets spawned. We then replace it. And we have to clear this because otherwise if it gets to midnight, we will add 2 Doom tokens to the Doom truck, and that's not good. But it is now 6 o'clock. And I think my next thing has to be to clear out this midnight one, because that looks like it's going to be nasty. All right, so we're going to roll all 6 dice this time. We actually get all 6 dice, which is great. I didn't see what that one was. I should probably angle this so I can see everything. So we can actually do a number of things here. We can... if we had a scroll, we'd be in great shape, but we're going to go ahead and complete this task for now. Now, one of the things that you can do is focus. So let's say I couldn't complete this task, but I did have a terror on here. I could focus it by placing it on my adventurer. That would allow me to use it for future things. However, you can only focus if you fail a task. So technically, I have not failed a task, so I cannot focus. So we'll roll again. Fortunately, it only requires 4 dice overall, so this is not too shabby. And we did it. We got the skull and the scroll combo. The scroll combo, as I like to call it, just now. And so we have completed this adventure. So we'll get an Elder Sign, which is awesome. We need to get 12 Elder Signs total, and we get a unique item. And the unique item is going to add a red dice, the Cultist de Gauls, which of course is not available to us because we still have this thing locked. So that's going to go over here. We're going to replace the adventure. And this one is actually really easy to complete. I think I'm going to hold on to that one. It's now 9 o'clock. We have to advance the clock 3 hours every single time. And there's never a noon. It's always midnight every time it hits. So Mandy is going to go deal with these monsters over here. Now she has to get 4. She's going to go ahead and use the old journal because she really wants to get this taken care of. So she's going to have a yellow dice to work with as well. Now, theoretically, she has to get all 7 of these to deal with, but because she has this discard to defeat 1 monster, that's what she's going to use to knock this out. So she should be able to get this pretty easily. All right, so she is going to go ahead and do this. She's got 2 scrolls, and a skull. And then she still has 4 dice. She completed a task, so she doesn't have to get rid of anything. She's going to go ahead and roll again. The top one, I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to mark this one as defeated. We're going to place all those dice there. And we'll go ahead and roll again. Now, if I get to the last roll and I haven't defeated this monster, I'll just discard this to defeat the monster and succeed the adventure. But if I can do this without using this card, that'd be great. I'm actually kind of psyched about that. And I do it. I managed to defeat it. All right. So even without using this, I'm able to use the old journal, which we'll go ahead and put on the bottom of the common items. I have successfully defeated 2 monsters and the task. So I'll collect the 2 monsters. Now the monsters sometimes have things on the bottom. So this cultist, for example, just has a 1. That means that is going to be worth 1 trophy later on. This warlock, though, has a 0. I don't get anything for it, but I do get to collect 2 clue tokens. So I'll throw that back and I'll collect 2 clue tokens. I then collect the adventure itself after getting the 2 rewards. So I'll get 2 Elder Signs out of this, which is nice. That's going to put me at 2. 3 total. And then we are going to have to draw 2 more monsters, one of which will go in that empty spot there. So that'll go here. Still a relatively easy adventure to deal with. And then this other one, I think, can go anywhere. Let me just check the rules on that real quick. Monster placement. Monster placement. Monster placement. Oh, sorry. Nope. It does not go over an existing task. It gets added onto. So we have to add this on to a task that I think we're going to do this one. Oh, for Pete's sake. All right, well, that blows. Decide where to put it. I think I'm going to put it here. So that'll trap the red dice again, which we just cleared. I think it's actually the same monster too. I think it's the warlock that we just defeated. Yep. The warlock we just defeated. It's going to go here. And we go ahead and claim this. So she's got 5 trophies. If you get up to 10 trophies, you get to claim an Elder Sign from here. I would really appreciate it if people just posted things in the chat just randomly so that we can wipe out Eddie's little whole thing about the jigsaw puzzle thing. Which, I'm sorry, why are you showing up on my stream to tell me about some other chat thing? No offense or anything. However, that's, so we have advanced the clock 3 hours. We're at midnight. So now the one thing is, or ask me questions about this game. I would love to answer questions about this game. Add 1 Doom token to the Doom track unless all investigators have 2 or more stamina. So fortunately, we all have a good amount of stamina. She's got 4, she's got 5, so we don't add a Doom token, and there's no lingering effect. So this is actually one of the better effects that we can have. And I forgot to replace the adventure here. All right, so I don't want to send Amanda over to here because I can't really use this spell, I think, to defeat this monster. I will have Mandy go here afterwards to deal with this monster. I think that's probably the best bet. I could have Amanda go here to deal with the koi pond. This is also relatively easy. I mean, it's 3 skulls. That's the challenge. I could also do the Key to the Beyond, which is not that difficult. I could do this one, which is going to be -1, -1, but does give me 2 Elder Signs. I think that what we're going to do is we're going to try... Please do not touch the exhibits. I should probably be reading the flavor text on these. Please do not touch the exhibits. The horrified expression on the thief's corpse was made all the more ghastly by his blue-tinged skin. Lovely. All right, so we got nothing. We managed to do absolutely nothing. That's horrible. I don't have any way to re-roll either, but we will focus the skull at least. Try to knock some of this out. Now, you'll notice this one has terror on it. That means if I rolled one of these tentacle things and didn't have a place to put it, that counts as terror, so I would have to do the terror effect, which in this case would be add 1 Doom token to the Doom track. So as long as I get 2 terrors or a skull, I should be okay. All right, so I got 1 terror, 1 skull, no other terrors, so I will go ahead and do this. I will complete the skull one, and that means that I also have to lose 1 stamina, which is not good. But I do get to re-roll this. I don't have to worry about the terror effect. Terror only kicks in when you fail. This time around, I do fail. I will focus that dice so that I have to work with, but that means I do add a Doom token to the Doom track. So now we're up to 2 out of 10. I get to reroll this one more time. Skull, not able to complete it. So these go away. And she's sort of stuck here. She has been completely useless on this, but mostly because that red dice has been stuck every single time. So Mandy, we'll go ahead and advance by 3. Mandy will head over here to free up this red dice because she is going to be able to pretty easily get that monster cleared out. All right, so we're looking for a 3. We don't have a 3, unfortunately. We do have 2 2s, so we'll go ahead and do that. Which I really don't want to do, because that's actually a fair amount of dice to put towards that. All right, this time around we can do it. We got the skull, we got the 3. So that's good. We're left with a scroll, which unfortunately we can't keep from here because we didn't fail that adventure. So that is going to go away. Actually, we'll use this. There we go. There's the scroll. And then we'll use this spell to defeat the monster. So these all go. This becomes available again. She defeats the warlock, so she'll get another 2 clue tokens. Hopefully we will not draw that out again. Because good lord. She gains 2 elder signs. Mandy has been knocking it out of the park. I think she's responsible for all 4 of the 5 elder signs so far. She comes back here, and this becomes part of her trophies. This gets added. Nothing that activates when it gets drawn, and it's now 6 o'clock. So Mandy's going to try again to do this. Where is she? She's still over here, so that's where she is. She's going to go ahead and use the Necronomicon so that she can get a clue token after using that card. So she has a way to reroll. All right, what do we got? We got, oh, for Pete's sake. All right, she's got the 2 skulls, so she's going to lose 1 more health. She does kind of have to worry about her health at some point. She still has all the dice to work with. She got the 2, yes, there we go. We got the 2 terror. She loses 1 sanity because she's been driven crazy by how difficult this adventure has been. I'm going to adjust the temperature in here for a moment. These go back in here. She comes back to her card. She is going to get 2 elder signs. So we're now up to 7. We're actually doing pretty well in terms of getting to the point where we can defeat this dude. And we draw the archives. The archive is going to give us 2 unique items. All right, and we advance the clock. We're now at 9 o'clock. All right, so Mandy is all set to go get some elder signs. I think what she wants to do is either go here or here. She wants to go to the Koi Pond or Haunted by a Shadowy Figure. And I think we're going to have her go to the Haunted by a Shadowy Figure because at most this terror thing is going to be like the only way that we get a terror is if we can't figure out how to re-roll it. And we've got a bunch of clue signs. We still have her ability to use because it's only 9 o'clock. And we haven't used her ability yet today. So we're going to go to Haunted by a Shadowy Figure. Let's read the text on that. Memories flooded my thoughts. When I saw the thing, I knew that I deserved the awful death that it would bring. Isn't that lovely? That rhymes. It's always nice to have a rhyming thing, isn't it? All right, so we need 3 skulls and a terror to complete this. Now, she can only complete one of the 2 tasks at once. So she's going to go ahead and do the 2 skulls. And the reason is because this reduces the chance that terror will become have an effect on the next round. Like, I have to roll a terror and no skull and not have any more rerolls left. Alright, so I've got a terror. I'm going to set that aside for the moment before I re-roll all of these. Alright, let's see. Let's re-roll all of these again. Need one skull. The chances of not getting a skull, by the way, so there are 3 magnifying glasses. There's a 3 of magnifying glass, there's a 2 of magnifying glass, and 1 of magnifying glass. They basically represent research or mystery solving, and you have to add them up to make any of these. So you'll have, a lot of them will say 1, 2, or 3, a couple say 6 or 9, and that basically you just add up as many dice as you have to get to that total. There's the skull. There we go. The distribution of faces, by the way, is 1, 2, and 3 magnifying glass. Then you got terror, scroll, and skull. Now that's all the green dice. The yellow dice swap out the terror for a 4 magnifying, which I can find here. There we go. 4 magnifier. And then this swaps out terror for the wild card, which can be used for anything. So Mandy completes this. She manages to defeat a witch, which doesn't have any special instructions. She also manages to clear out hunted by a shadowy figure. Now, monster is going to appear. The monster will appear on one of the 2 white spots. We'll figure out which one we want to replace it with. Yeah, we got a cultist here. We're going to go ahead and put this here because that makes this one really easy to do. Then we're going to get a clue. We're going to get a unique item. Got the king in yellow, which is going to give us the red dice. We get another elder sign. We're up to 8. And now we're going to go ahead and trade this in. Nothing in terms of instructions. We're going to advance the clock to midnight. Draw a new mythos. Add 1 doom token to the doom track unless there are 2 or fewer monsters in play. There are 2 monsters in play, so we do not add a doom effect, and there's no lingering effect. These have been great mythos cards. We are getting really lucky on the mythos cards. Usually they do not work this well for us. But it's Amanda's turn. Amanda's hurting. She's only got 4 trophies so far. She could take some time and go here to fully regain her strength and sanity. It's not a bad idea, but she's also feeling somewhat useless. So I think what she's going to do is she's going to go to here. She's going to go to Blood on the Floor because she has a chance to get an Elder Sign and feel like she's contributing. She's going to go ahead and roll these. I think I'm going to have her use the Cult de Gaulle. Probably not the best time to really use a red die for this, but if I can make it so that she does all 3 tasks at once, that'd be great. Alright, so we've got the 2. So she completes that. I'm going to set aside the skull and the terror, and I'm going to have her re-roll. We're going to set this aside as well, and we're going to have her re-roll the rest of these in exchange for the clue token. And she gets the 4 on the red dice, so she will go ahead and use that to cover the 3. She'll use that to cover these. She has completed it in order, so she completes the adventure pretty easily, relatively speaking. She did use a unique item and a clue token, which is kind of a not good thing to do. She's now got a 45 automatic, which is going to give her a yellow dice, but more importantly, she has another Elder Sign. We're 9 out of 12. We are cooking with gas now. She should be there. This is going to come out of here. Going to go out of here, and then I'm hoping that I did not miss an At Midnight that's on here. In just the way that I miss an At Midnight in general, because that was a great show, and it sucks that it's been off the air for 6 years. All right, so now Mandy is going to go. Mandy is actually going to head straight towards the entrance. She has a bunch of tokens. So Each of these has a numerical value on them. Each of these is worth 2. Some of them are worth 3, some worth 1. Obviously, the more difficult they are, the more points they're worth. I've got 2 additional monster trophies here worth 1. This gives me a total of 10 trophies. These go back in. These, I think, just get discarded. But that is enough to buy an Elder Sign. So she will take that, and she will be very, very happy. And she'll come back here, and she'll be like, we just need 2 more Elder Signs. Can we do it, Amanda? Can we do it? Can the Mandies do it? Can the Mandies beat Yogg Sothoth? Let's find out. We advance the clock to 6. And currently, there is only one place where there's an Elder Sign. And Amanda's got 6 trophies right now, but she's also at a much lower health. And if she goes here and she fails the adventure, she dies. She gets devoured. She could go here. I mean, she could just basically kill some time and just knock out some adventures that are worth it. I think that's what she's going to do. She's going to go here just to get some additional trophies, because that's an easy one to get. We're going to put those off to the side. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff here. And in fact, she can do all 3. She's got the Terror, she's got the Scroll, and then she needs a Skull or a Scroll to defeat that one, so she does it. She manages to knock that one out pretty easily. So she takes the monster. Cultist, just worth 1 point. The Adventure's just worth 1 point. She gets a clue token. She gets a unique item. The Ruby of R'lyeh. It's unpronounceable, I think. I think that's the whole thing behind that particular word, is that it's meant to be unpronounceable. So she's now at 8 tokens. We pull up the Gala in the Great Hall, which automatically locks the yellow dice. You bastard. However, Mandy, seizing an opportunity, she's not used her special ability, and she's got 2 clue tokens, heads straight for the Gala in the Great Hall. None of the conspicuously wealthy guests showed any concern as I screamed about the doom that we were all about to face. I really need to start reading more of the flavor text. It's really good here. She's going to take this. She is going to go ahead and use the Lamp of Alhazred. That'll go to the bottom there. So she'll have all the dice to work with. She is going to have to sacrifice sanity at some point, but we'll try to get that top task dealt with first. It's a 2 investigation, 1 scroll. Yeah, there we go. We'll use these ones. Keep the red dice open, because that red dice has a wild on it. We now need to get 3 investigations off this. And we got it. However, to complete this task, we also have to lose 1 sanity. So these all go away. The yellow dice is now available again. We're going to gain 2 clue tokens. We're going to gain a spell, Shriveling, and we're going to gain an Elder Sign. That's 11 out of 12. 1 more to go. Unfortunately, the only place that we can do it is here, and Mandy's in no shape to do that one. She's going to gain that as 2. Unnatural Habitat. However, also, the clock advances. It's now midnight. We draw another Mythos card. Add 1 Doom token to the Doom track, and the next time the clock strikes midnight, a monster appears. Now, on the Doom track, you'll notice that the tiles, the numbers here spaces here are either cloaked figures or they're monster symbols. We just landed the Doom token on a monster symbol, so a monster is now going to appear. And because we have that big open space there under Unnatural Habitat, it will appear there. And thank God I did not draw the freaking Warlock again. That would have been annoying. So it is Mandy's turn. Mandy's in a tough situation. She's got 8 trophies. I think what I'm going to have her do is I'm going to have her go after this mysterious tomb. Mostly because it is worth 2. I'll be able to then get an Elder Sign if Mandy can't get one. So no matter what, the game would be over in a short amount of time. We'll go ahead and send Amanda off to the mysterious tomb. She will go ahead and go for broke here. She has 1 thing left that she has to do, and that is complete this adventure. And then she can go ahead and do the Elder Sign thing, and when that will win the game. So we're going to re-roll all the dice. Okay, and she can complete as many of these as she wants. Now, she has no terror on here whatsoever, which is a bit of a bummer. She has one scroll, one skull. Oh, does she really have nothing that she... oh, there we go. There's the second scroll. She has that. She does not have enough to do the rest of this, so we will just simply re-roll. I have no idea if this is a good sound or not. Wild card. Okay. So we have the terror, and the wild card can be anything. So that will complete that right there. And that completes that adventure. She's going to get a shoe out of this, a clue token. She's going to get a spell. Discard to fully restore any investigator's stamina. And then she's going to open up an Otherworld Adventures. Now, there's a very small Otherworld deck here. And basically, these are adventures that allow you to do great things. They have bigger rewards. Usually, they always give away an Elder Sign, but they're also a little bit tougher. And in this case, you have this other thing about the Otherworld things. We're not even going to worry about that. We're simply going to put these aside. Amanda returns successful. She takes this as her prize. We go ahead and we pull another one. It goes to 3 o'clock. Mandy is not going to do jack. She's going to go. She's got 2 trophies she wants. She's like, you know what? I'm going to go and take some time and just relax here. And we're going to go ahead and get a common item for this trophy, which we don't really need. We got a Tommy gun. And now Amanda. Then we advance the clock. Amanda has 9 in adventures, 1 in a monster, so she's going to trade all that in. She gets the Elder Sign. Yog-Sothoth is defeated. And that is Elder Sign. And that was actually pretty good. I think I cannot believe we actually managed to do it. And I feel like we actually did it pretty easily. I feel like that was pretty straightforward and not overly difficult. But that is those were the Mandys. They managed to knock out the Elder one, and that is it. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. Thank you so much for joining me on Twitch. If you join me, if you're watching this on Twitch, thank you. This will also be going up. This will also be going up on YouTube April 24th, I think. This is, or something like that. This is, I think 113. Actually, yeah, it's April 23rd. That this will go up, because this is day 113 of my recordings. And if you have not yet seen my YouTube playlist, head over to YouTube, search for Foggy Broom, A Year of Solo Board Gaming, and you will find the playlist of a ridiculous amount of board game videos, some of which are really way too long to actually be humanly watchable. But that's what I'm here for. I'm here to just put up this ridiculous, do this ridiculous stunt. Thank you for joining me, and join me tomorrow for... Jangler, this is Join Me Tomorrow is not actually going to be tomorrow, April 15th, but Join Me Tomorrow in the sense of Join Me Tomorrow on YouTube, when we'll be doing Gates of Arkham. Or actually, no, Unseen Forces. We'll do Unseen Forces next, and this entire week we're just going to do all of the Elder Signs, and then day 7, I don't know what we're going to do. We might do, there's a standalone Arkham Horror living card game adventure that I have, and then I might do that one. But for now, ciao, and see you later.